I always observe that people create their own definition of abstraction, encapsulation, polymorphism. Don't do that. Whatever definition is given to you, just stick to that definition. Okay, because that gives you the clear picture of the concept. It is not just definition, it's a picture. It gives you a picture of that concept. What exactly is abstraction? Look at the wording. Abstraction is a process of what? Extracting the relevant attributes of an object that are relative to the perspective of the viewer who is viewing that object, who is referring to that object. From that viewer, what is important? You extract that and ignore non-essential details from the perspective of that viewer. It's a very simple concept. Okay, example. When you look at car, what is your perspective as a viewer? Are you mechanic? I mean, we are not mechanic, we are layman. We are going to drive that car. Okay, so our perspective is very simple. To drive, how to start, how to stop, how to accelerate, how to apply clutch, brake, etc. That's all. That's it with our perspective. At the most, being a user, what is the cost, what is the warranty, what is the color of that car, etc., etc., what is the model, and so on. But the technicalities of that car, we don't want to learn. We don't have to bother about technicalities of the car because that is not our perspective. And this is abstraction. What you do when you say, I just would like to start the car, stop the car, accelerate, apply clutch, brake, etc. What is the cost of that car? What is the color of that car? What is the model of that car? You just try to extract the relevant properties of that car from your point of view. Okay, that is abstraction. And you don't bother about technicalities of that car, internal details. At the same time, if mechanic looks at that car, mechanic will obviously will try to see the color and cost and model and start stop. But apart from these, mechanic will try to explore internal details of that car. Mechanic will try to understand, or mechanic should know internal details of that car because that is his perspective. So this is all about abstraction. Let me tell you, before I go to some more examples, let me tell you, this abstraction is there to reduce the complexity of an object. Every real life object is a complex object. To reduce that complexity, abstraction has been given. That means whenever you look at any real life object, you don't have to understand everything of it. You just have to understand that much which is important for you. That is abstraction. Car example I give. Or the other example, when you look at ATM machine. Now ATM machine itself is a complicated object. It's a complex object. Do you need to know everything of ATM machine? No. What are the things you're supposed to know? How to insert the card, how to enter the number, withdraw button, change pin, check balance, all this. That is your abstraction. But the technical person who repairs that ATM machine needs to know a lot. Needs to know a lot about that ATM machine because that is his abstraction perspective. The programmer who has designed that program for ATM machine will be concerned for what? Will be concerned for programming language. Which language he has used? Java, C#, Python, what? Which database he has used? MySQL, Oracle, Derby database. Which interface he has used? That is all his concern. So here for ATM machine, I give you 3 viewers. One is layman who goes to ATM center and withdraws money, or he changes his pin or etc. Second viewer I give you, mechanic who will repair that ATM machine. And third viewer I give you, that is programmer. who has programmed for that ATM machine. Okay, so every viewer has got a different perspective. That is abstraction. Example number 3, a person can be viewed by doctor or employer. When a person goes to doctor, what doctor will see? Age, weight, medical history, blood group. That's it. Will doctor see his attitude? Will doctor see his qualification? No. But if the same person goes to employer, employer will see attitude, experience, qualification, and so on. So this is abstraction example number 3. And like that, a lot of examples are there. Now you tell me whether you have followed abstraction or not. Concept is simple.